Hello. Part of the permit process for our Las Vegas Triathlon event was to put together some standard operating procedures to mitigate the risk of transmitting COVID-19. The purpose of this video is to review those procedures so that we can have a safe event and enjoy our triathlon training and racing it as best as we can. All right, so the maximum number of athletes is determined by the governor's office. Right now, we are actually up to 100, and we've opened up our registration for that target number. We don't expect that many. We're expecting probably between 30 and 50 people for this event. During the event, you will not be allowed to congregate. I'm sorry, but no groups forming. So you will be encouraged to come in and set up for your race in transition. Wear a mask at all times and keep spacing amongst each other. Physical distancing is an important part of being able to hold this event. After the event, unfortunately, we will not be able to congregate then as well. Usually after the event, we do raffles, we do podiums, we do acknowledgements. We will not be doing any of that for this event. This event is really just focused on the swim, the bike, and the run. So the times for each segment we'll post after the event. I'll probably get them up on Monday or maybe Tuesday after the event. The key to the standard operating procedures is really a couple things. One is wear the mask when you're not racing, and then two, minimize the contact points between athletes. So bring your own chip. If you have not purchased one, be sure to purchase one so we can bring it to the race and you can pick it up at that point. But when you do have, when you have purchased your chip, it's the same, you'll use the same chip for all of our events. And so it is yours and you can maintain that. You will be asked to body mark yourself. So we'll send an email out Friday evening, the night before the event, and you'll get your bib number. And at that point, prior to coming to the event, just take a marker and write it on your arm and the back of your hand, okay? And I say the back of the hand, write it in a way so you can read it, so that when we are looking for your race number, we may yell out race number, and you'll be able to look down and remember what your race number is. All right, so body mark yourself. We will not be doing body marking at the event. Actually, we have here written, you'll be encouraged to pick up your event bib. Actually, we're going to change that. What we're going to do is we're going to email you your bib number, and then we will place your bib at the rack in the transition area. We'll place your bib and a mask, a disposable mask that you can then use and actually wear it down to the swim start. And we'll have a garbage bin down at the swim start, so that you can dispose of the disposable mask prior to getting in the water. We're following the same procedures that races like Ironman are following. Okay, no food or drink will be provided. Sorry, we will not have our standard food or refreshments before, during, or after the event. This is going to be a self-supported race in all aspects. So no aid stations. We typically don't have an aid station on the bike, so that's nothing new. But we would normally have an aid station on the run. We are not going to set up the aid station on the run. You will be responsible for carrying your own water, and we will not have water at the beginning of the event either. So bring your bottles filled and ready to go. This is a good event to practice running with a water belt or even a hydration vest of some sort to see what works and what doesn't work and see what you're comfortable with. So no aid stations, you'll be self-supported. Face masks, everyone who's volunteering will be wearing face masks, and we ask that you wear face masks while you're not racing. And again, we'll give you the disposable mask that you can wear down to the race start, so you can throw out the mask before you get in the water. As I mentioned, there's no post-race gathering for awards, raffle, or any kind of recognition. So we'll do that electronically afterwards and be able to celebrate electronically. The swim portion of the event, we're not exactly sure how we're going to do the swim start. It may be a rolling start, one at a time. It may be groups of 10, as noted here, or depending on our size and depending on the water temperature, we may do something even different than that. So watch and listen for instructions on race morning, on event morning, so that you feel comfortable about getting the swim started. We'll have safety personnel out on the swim course. We'll have some kayakers. If you need assistance, just raise your arm and call attention to the kayakers. The kayakers will come over. They do try to maintain, social distancing even then. So grab the front or the back of the kayak as opposed to the side where the person is paddling. And remember, the kayak, all you need to do is just place your hand on the kayak. You don't need to try to climb up on it. In fact, we're discouraged to climb up because you can tip the kayaker over at that point. So just place a hand on it, catch your breath, and then either you can have the kayaker tow you in if you're done, or if you just wait for a minute or so, maybe you get started swimming again and you'll be fine. But the kayakers are there to assist. And remember, if you are swimming and you see someone in distress, please take the time to help them out. And it does mean that you have to abandon your swim goal at that point. But safety of everybody is really the critical thing. We're going to set up the transition bike racks in a way to maintain physical distancing as much as possible. So probably at most we'll have 3 bikes per rack. Again, this is going to depend a little bit on how many have signed up and then how many racks we have. And we're going to try to space everybody out as much as possible. So the transition area may actually be a little bit longer than normal, and it may look a little sparse because we're trying to space people out. So remember, if you see space on a rack, that doesn't mean you can rack there, because we are trying to limit the number of bikes per rack. Event check-in will be via email, and you'll get an email Friday, so you get your bib number so you can body mark yourself. Pre-race briefing will be done via video. I've posted the course information for the triathlon, and the duathlon is the same bike and the same run course. The first run of the duathlon is a half-mile out and back of the 5K run route, and we'll have that marked out as well. If you're doing the aquathon, just as you finish the bike, rack your bike, and then your run to where the run start is. And there should be a mat there, hopefully, and then that will be your finish line map. And make sure just to let someone know, whoever's keeping the clipboard of events or of athletes out there, just let them know that you did the aquathon, so we can keep that straight. We are going to discourage you from bringing spectators. So unfortunately, this is not a time to bring a lot of people down for this event. In the email that you get for Friday, you'll be asked to do a self-check. Have you tested positive for COVID-19? You can't race. If you have tested positive within the last 14 days, no racing. If you've tested positive prior to 14 days, we do ask that you have a negative test prior to participating in our events. If you have symptoms of COVID-19, don't participate. On the event morning, we will be checking athlete temperature. If it is elevated, you will not be allowed to participate in the event. And you are asked to not handle any other gear other than your own. This is just part of the procedures to mitigate the risk of transmitting COVID-19. All right, so wear a mask when you're not racing. Wear the disposable mask to the swim start, and dispose the mask as you start to swim. And we'll just avoid congregating in groups. All right, so not too difficult. We can do that. And everything's self-supported. So bring your own water, your own food, because we will not have supplies there for you. All right, so man, that's so negative. What can we do? Well, we can enjoy. We can enjoy being out there, giving a good effort, uh, enjoying competing with each other and competing with ourselves. That can be a lot of fun, and it would be nice to do an in-person event. As much as we enjoy the virtual events, this would be nice just to get down and see each other. No high fives, but we can do fist bumping and elbow bumping. So that seems to be COVID-19 acceptable. We can celebrate the start line. So when you do toe that start line, just be thankful. Be thankful that you've trained for this event, and be thankful that you are fit enough to do this event. And then obviously celebrate the finish line. That is, no matter how experienced or how many times you've crossed the finish line, that's really an admirable task to achieve, is getting across that finish line, and getting across that finish line and giving your effort that you wanted to for that day. So I'm looking forward to seeing many of you down at the start, and looking forward to rebooting triathlon. We're going to make it happen this year. All right, thanks everybody.